Hello, so I've had a comment here from David Davis. Stuart, I did not get the YARPP post plugin for the related posts. Wish you can go over that step by step, just like the rest of the video. Is it in WordPress? If so, how do I make sure I get related posts when going through other steps? Otherwise, fantastic video. Thank you very much, David Davis. So, related posts, there's various options out there. Obviously, there's Jetpack. If you're using a page builder like Elemental, then you can get the carousel at the bottom. But my problem with those has always been the matching. So SEO, we talk about topical clustering and basic contextual relevance, where to be seen as an authority by Google, you obviously want to write lots of pages around all the topics in your niche and make sure they're all closely interconnected. A bit like a Wikipedia, basically. You want to be the Wikipedia on your niche. So to do that, you need all your posts to be interconnected to show that relevance and authority. Plus, it helps with crawling and Google understanding how your site is structured. Plus, it's good for users. So, what do I actually recommend for related posts? So, as a standard, I use YARPP, which is yet another related posts plugin. But the reason I like it is the matching algorithm is actually very good. Plus, it also provides text links rather than an image for the metadata and that sort of thing. Now, I haven't really tested this. I'm not sure if there's any way to test it, but I'm willing to bet that these contextual links, so the links are actually text-based, will contribute more power to Google rather than an image with the title, something like that. I always feel like carousels, they feel a bit more graphic-y, whereas we know that internal links are better when they're text. So obviously you want contextual links within the text of the article. I'll come on to that in a minute. But I like the fact that yet another related post plugin will put every page of your website will have a few text links at the bottom, and they're very relevant. So let me show you how that works. So when I first launch a site at the moment, we'll do a page of content for the homepage. Pretty much every site I do at the moment is an exact match domain. And this is how we start. We don't really do anything more than this until we're getting some traction. A next step, especially if it's a good niche, we might then do some auto-blogging AI content, so mass pages produced with AI. You can see my related video on how I do that. And I did that with this site. Now, I've still got the basic WordPress template on here, but it's only a basic case study. Now, the beauty of yet another related post plugin is I've got it set up on my hosting that as soon as we launch a new site, there's this package of plugins that are already installed. And one of them is yet another related post plugin, which means as soon as we do that AI content, we have these related links at the bottom. Now, these numbers are more like a match score. They don't actually show on the front end. So to install this plugin, just go on to Plugins, Add New. Now you can just search related posts, but for the purposes of this video, let's do yet another related posts plugin. So it's 2 Ps. See, it's already active on my site, so it's got a coffee mug as the image. Now, I think it's in settings. Yeah, so you only really need to touch this once and then it's done. So you can choose the post types to include, which means if you are using a more custom theme and you've got all sorts of custom post types, then like products or something like that, then they won't display the links if you don't want them to. So I'd probably just go with posts generally, but I'm not using any of these, so that's fine. You can tailor it to categories, tailor it to tags, so overall it's really customizable. Display only posts from a certain time frame. You can have sticky posts, limit to same post type. Right, limits related posts by to maximum number and a match threshold. Okay, this is quite confusing, but I think the point is this is the really useful bit. So you can consider or not consider the match. Should have done this earlier actually. So you want to probably consider the titles and the bodies, because assuming you've got SEO optimized pages, then you want the body text to be optimized and the heading to be basically keyword optimized. So those all factor into the matching of yet another related post plugin. You can change what it actually displays, so whatever you want. It can be in a list format or a thumbnail format. Now, for the reasons I've explained, I prefer to go with the list format. In a way, I think it's also just user-friendly rather than just yet another carousel at the bottom. Whereas text links look more like actual content, so you'll probably get more engagement on them. So that is pretty much it. So I'll save those changes. So now hopefully, if we look at best Starbucks cold coffee, we should have loads of other Starbucks and cold coffee related posts. Yeah, so best cold coffee at Starbucks, nitro cold brew Starbucks caffeine, cold brew Starbucks caffeine, nitro cold brew. So if you're being really lazy, just using auto-blogging AI, 500 posts, then every single one of those posts is going to link out to 4, however many you set, really closely related posts using these nice text links, which will also be good for speed as well. It's not like a big clunky carousel. So really simple, really quick, but really powerful. Really creates that net of really tightly, closely correlated content. So hopefully that's helpful. Up next, I'll do the LinkC plugin, which I recommend for internal linking. We'll also look at Link Whisper. So there's different ways of doing the actual internal links on the page, which do actually have, we believe, more of a significant impact. So it's worth making sure that every page you do publish links out to a good few other pages. So just like the related posts, but within the actual content. The only issue with that is even with the tools, it's a bit more of a manual process. So when I'm just starting out, just want to get going, yet another related post plugin I feel is just a good insurance. It's one step and then it's done and just covers your bases there. Okay, don't forget to subscribe and I'll have more resources below. Any further questions, then do let me know in the comments.